Well, morning, y'all. Welcome to another day in the life of me. Hope everybody's having a happy Tuesday. I know I've actually had a fairly decent week or so, except for one little instance, and which I've maintained my silence about for over 18 months. But in light of some recent crap over the weekend, I'm gonna talk a little about it today. And it's all circulating around another DJ who just is better known at some venues as DJ Dumbass. Whatever. But over the weekend, I got trolled over last week, I got trolled pretty hard, and my Facebook account was hacked. Just so happens to coincide, the trolling and whatnot, while somebody doesn't have gigs. Just like when my account I got blocked out of my account for inappropriate posts. Some of these posts were over 10 years old, 8 years old, but somebody had the time to go back into my account and actually report these posts from that long ago. It coincides when this DJ also doesn't have a gig. So I'm actually going to speak my mind about it a little bit today, because I've been dealing with DJ Dumbass, better known as Jeremy or J Remedy, for over 18 months of nonsense. Honest to God's truth. And I actually tried to be nice with Homeboy, and this was about a year ago, a little bit over a year ago, and say, hey, dude, some people are talking about you. You may want to adjust a few things in what you're doing, etc., because it's only going to affect poorly upon you and me. Well, shortly after I kind of mentioned that, October of 2018, going into 2019, we lost some gigs. I only found out later that it was his fault. That he'd screwed up at a couple of these venues, and because he dropped my name where people thought we were closely related in such that we worked together, they stopped working with the both of us. And so I tried to mention that to him again, and all of a sudden I've become this bad guy. Now, the one thing that DJ Dumbass or Jeremy doesn't know, and if you're watching Jeremy, my profile is completely public, as is this post or video. The one thing he didn't realize in all this, saying that I was full of shit, his wife bashing me online, the whole 9 yards, is I've got either A, written proof from venues messaging me, or B, I hire a driver. I don't drive at night. As I get closer and closer to 50, these ain't working so right anymore. I have reading glasses, and so yeah. So today I finally decided that I'm going to go into this a little bit, because it seems to be a lot of bullshit and whatnot around La Crosse, as well as around between the two of our gigs of DJs. And yes, I'll be first to admit, I did try to fuck with them a little bit as a joke when I put some stickers up and took some great pictures of the DJ Bretley logo on his back while he was DJing. Sorry, you going to bash me all summer long, son? We're going to have a little fun. Now, I've even said, hey, come talk to me like a man. Hasn't happened. So, today, I'm going through something it's long overdue, so to speak. So I actually tried to talk to both Jeremy and his wife, Kat, last summer in a respectful manner, as to not hurt his ego or downplay any of the shit I had heard. But here, I'll even pull up something. Let's go with this one right here. And I've got this going on right here. This is from a venue's manager last summer. What is going on with Remedy? I know you are busy, but this dude is fucking up. And the next one is, I don't think I'm allowed to book him anymore. The boss had asked if the manager was able to DJ that night. And it gets even further, where he's like, are you free to DJ tonight if we bump it? So, overall, it's been ongoing for over a year, and I'm fed up with it. I actually try to talk to dude in a respectful manner, and he won't. All I've gotten is bashed, trolled, consistently since I tried to have a conversation with him about a few things October, November of 2018. Last summer, I get bashed by his wife for supposedly having a free account or have fake account, whatever. I don't care. I don't have one. And if I have all this time to plan a fake account, nah, I don't. Because remember, during the course of the summer, I have my daughter full time because school is out. 2, last summer, I had just bought a puppy. And 3, the back end at all of my gigs last summer, where is the time for me to go trolling people, have fake accounts, the whole 9 yards? There's not. Additionally, I have plethora of shit from every venue. I mean, what DJ in this world or anybody is better known as DJ Dumbass by a group of venues? Something is definitely wrong. Not to mention, and here, at one of those venues, my driver and I were given a talking to about stickers. Yeah, my stickers may be all over town, and I passed out almost 20,000 of them in 2 years. But regarding this DJ, Jeremy, me and my driver were spoken to by one venue that we are not allowed to have stickers out anymore because of where some of his wound up. So what do? My driver took it upon herself to go outside and clean up all of his shit. But we're still not allowed to have stickers out at that venue. And I have proof beyond, anybody ever asks me about anything I've said regarding him or any of this flack between the two of us, I've got it all on here from every person who sent me stuff. I'm that OCD, anal retentive, that I keep everything. I have a file for everything I do and have for years on different aspects of my life, from when I ran the rock club and the restaurant in Chicago, to how I moved here and worked for Legends and the Twisted Moose, to how I operate my life now. But all in all, I have tried to be cool with this dude, and I've gotten nothing but bashed, talk shit about the whole 9 yards. Honest to God's truth. So when I try to approach him that, hey dude, some of the shit you're doing is getting us both bumped from venues. Oh, you're full of shit. His wife was like, tell me who this venue is, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I'm not putting my name in between you and the venues. I'm trying to tell you so you can adjust things before winter when the slow season starts for us DJs. Because wedding season's kind of not going on heavily right now for a lot of folks, myself included. And we go back, some DJs who are full-time go back to the club circuit. And that's what I do. And honestly, I find more, I will do both sides of it. But I was trying to be cool and say, hey, certain venues have brought things to me. I have other messages from one venue that I got brought onto saying, we're going to be getting rid of him. Do you have any extra dates you can give us? And this has been going on, no joke, for over a year. And it's why I made sure, and still to this day have to let people know that we're not associated. Even me going back to me at certain venues recently, a manager actually said he wants to get back in. He wants to come here. And I'm not going to call out which venue, again. But when this manager said, well, he left, don't worry, he's not coming back because he left a really bad taste on my mouth. Okay, cool. Other venues I am at have asked me about him. And I've given them my honest opinion. Sorry, I'm not trying to be, make friends with you anymore or said DJ anymore. I want a complete separation. I'm tired of hearing it about them. I'm tired of hearing it out of them. Because don't think people don't tell me what the fuck's up. I've got, again, like I said when I'm OCD about saving messages, or I have somebody standing next to me when this is going on, I make sure to cover my back. And if at any time anyone thinks I'm lying about this shit between DJ Dumbass and me, I can prove it. Across the board. Now, one thing that he was called a couple years ago was my Chim Chim. We're calling me Speed Racer, if you know the Speed Racer cartoon. And one DJ even went so far to say is, doesn't he have an original thought of his own? Why does he have to follow you everywhere? And then I looked back at it. And I thought about it and he was right. But then Jeremy and I actually made a deal when I left Legends in 2017. And the deal was, I won't touch your resident gigs, you don't touch mine. And so I left all of his resident gigs alone. All the while, one after another after another. And it's not that I was scared of competition. I didn't want him dropping my name or being known or associated as partners with him. Pretty simple task. But I won't lie, the last venue he did that with asked me about him the day after they booked him. And I even mentioned it to him, like, what are you doing? You need to stop. And it did affect me adversely. And actually, last year, I kind of did something, and Driver of the 3.0 and I had a really long talk about this. In fact, the Driver of the 3.0, Cassandra, and I will talk about, because I also want to make sure I'm not effing nuts, I'm not being paranoid, I'm not being stupid. I will bounce off everything off Cassandra. From gigs I'm going to take to gigs I think I shouldn't take, what can be gained by taking one gig over another, or why I shouldn't. Cassandra has been in the car for almost 50,000 miles with me in the course of 2.5 years. There isn't a topic or conversation that has been untouched in my van in 2.5 years. And hats off to Cassandra. Much praise. You put up with a lot of ranting out of me, so I don't go off, or in this case, go catch a case. Some of you know where I'm from, and I'm just going to say this about my old attitude, R16249. Anybody has a question about what that is, go look it up. You'll figure it out real fast. I'd like to think I've moved past that point in my life, but I'm not above catching a case, period. I just don't want to because of my daughter. And I'm here in La Crosse. I think most people know this. I'm here in La Crosse for one reason: to take care of my daughter. I have 10.5 years left until my daughter is 18. I'm in this town for one reason. It wasn't originally to make friends, to do anything but make sure my daughter is well cared for until she's 18 and I can go home. Or let me rephrase that. Go out to my fam on the West Coast. Retire and die out there. Originally, I thought I was going to die here in La Crosse and just retire and die here. I can't do it. But nevertheless, I'm here in La Crosse to be with my daughter. All this bullshit and gaming aside with DJ Dumbass, I'm over. And honest to God, if he wants to step up and talk to me like a man, I'm more than willing to talk to him. But when I find out from venues that we're not bringing him back and we almost didn't bring you back, or I get questions after question about him, the whole 9 yards, I ain't got the time for it no more. I don't need anybody to think he's associated with me. We ain't. And on that note, if you look back at the track record of him and his wife, over the course of 2019, it seems there was a problem with Jeremy, Cat, and myself, and 2 other DJs. Not to mention the tattoo thing, because she doesn't know how to read. Or didn't read the fine print. I'm not sure which. But if you look on their pages from last year, hers especially, she was on the attack all summer long to anybody that she didn't agree with. So there was Powerhouse DJ, Joe Sweezy. There was the tattoo artist. Then there was me. And then there's Giovanni, or Saul, better known as DJ Luna. So, I honestly can't agree that it was just 4 different people all doing the same thing for no reason. I cannot. And with this weekend's trolling and the hack to my account, I sure as fuck do not believe in coincidence, especially when he didn't have a gig Friday night. This was actually brought to my attention when I thought I was being nuts, because somebody said, no, he didn't have one, just like the few times your account got locked for posting shit that you're not supposed to post on Facebook. So, I'm not sure which way to go with it. But I sure as fuck don't believe any of the crap coming out of their mouths. And that's why I'm kind of venting today, because I've kind of had enough out of DJ J Remedy, Jeremy, and Kat, or Katura, or Kitty, or whatever fake name she's using today, or real name. It's pretty pathetic. Yes, and I have 2 Facebook accounts. One, so if DJ Dumbass pulls his shit again, I can keep my DJ page updated. Or, if it's not, how are these just coincidence after coincidence? Like an entire 6 to 8 months of last year coincidence? I really think not. Now, last summer I even tried to explain this to his wife. That when a venue doesn't bring you back, and I know a couple of my friends who are talent buyers are on this page right now. When a venue doesn't book you back, they are under no obligation to tell you a thing. And chime in if I'm wrong. But now this comes from myself, who was booking a venue, or actually 4 venues at one point, or you could even almost say 6 at one point when I was working back end, leaving Red Line Tap, moving over to Livewire and Underground Lounge. If an artist, an entertainer, a DJ, a band doesn't do what they are supposed to do, the venue is under no obligation to tell them why they're not bringing them back. Ever. And as a booking agent, when I was running the venues, I would give bands a couple chances. When they didn't fly for me or it didn't work for me, I just either would stop, say, hey, I don't have nothing right now. And if they kept up, I would just back away from even answering them. Which I've heard has happened to this particular DJ. And Jared, I'm not even going to bother. I'm actually here. I'm running on my other computer downstairs. I'm reading code. I'm running an app to see ping IP addresses. One of these trolls has bounced from France to China, and I'm still waiting for the rest of the code to come out. Don't worry, I know how to do this stuff. I used to... We'll go back to that later. So, today I'm saying, hey, if DJ Dumbass or his wife have something to say to me, they can. But this bashing online, I'm a little over it. The trolling, I'm over it. And here's the thing: when I say I'm 99.9% sure it's them, when I call out said new trolls, when I get these new messages, hey, what's up, and things like that. Okay, who is it? This is just like like this weekend. Oh, it's Catalina. Okay, Catalina who? Which one of you is this? Jeremy, Kat? And when I call them out, the account goes dead, I don't get an answer, or the account gets deleted. I've got a slew of those. Legit. So I'm running IP on one email account, and what was even funnier over this weekend is whoever did this had the nerve to sign me up for seniors dating. Cute, but I'm not 50 yet, but that's really cute. I'm not going to lie. I see the humor in it. Okay, so... But yeah, so posts onto my page. I had a lot of damage control to do over the weekend. Not to mention, because my Facebook got hacked and my credit cards for DJ Bretley advertising are linked, guess what? I have new cards coming. My iTunes and all that, I've had to change. And I had to change all of my passwords to everything. Whatever, I should probably change my password sooner on anyway. Yeah, yeah, exactly. How stupid can it be? I mean, and I've beckoned him. If Jeremy or Kat want to talk like grown adults, although I'm not sure many millennials can actually talk like grown adults. Sorry, I had to throw that out there. I'm more than willing to sit down and chat like adults, not letting them bash me every step of the way. Or if he wants to square up like a man, let's go get a ring. Let's go hop and go take a couple rounds over at like the Good Fight or downstairs on 5th on King or J, wherever that is, where the MMA center is in the basement. I'm willing to do that too. If you think you want to just, have it out with me, let's go put some gloves on and hop in the ring like some grown men. I'm not going to catch a case over this shit though. So, again, like as I go through this and I think back on the entire year of the constant bullshit. Last year, going into December into January, Carly's was closing in the first week of end of December. As well, I made some calculated decisions because of his track record on what gigs to keep and what gigs not to keep. That being said, I gave up a gig last year. And I don't like giving up gigs or leaving money on the table, but I did as a calculated risk. I gave up spare time in Owatonna for 2 reasons. One, the douchebag manager there had confirmed we were going to have Cassandra's daughter's party up there. And then 2 weeks or 3 weeks before it happened, he pulls it. So that was the other reason I no longer wanted to be there. You give me your word and back out of letting us have a party for her daughter's 17th birthday. So I gave him all of those gigs there intentionally. I knew he would take almost all the gigs they had to offer there. And he was at another venue at the time, Silverado. Knowing that between his events and weddings, I had just gotten him out of the picture from venue complaints to me. And now I was a little bit more freed up to book gigs without him constantly fucking with them. Now, I can go back to one venue that was in Toma that we were both at, when I was offered every Friday night there because they didn't want him there anymore. I've got his message here. And I said, no, I don't want to screw him out of anything. Anyway, let's go I'm going to skip that whole conversation, but we're going to go back to those gigs. So, now I'm in January, February of 2019, and we're still slightly talking here. And every time I book a gig, I get, like, he's messaging me like, really, that place? Really, that place? Really, that place? Now, some of these gigs I probably shouldn't have taken, but I did. So he would follow suit and do the same shit he'd done the past year. Anytime DJ Dumbass said, really, that place? I knew 100% he was going to go in there and either drop my name or do something to weasel his way in. And don't think, Jeremy, I don't know because venue owners asked me about you. Every one of them at one point or another. But I'm not going to call it which venues. Out of respect for the venues, and I don't want you dragging my name to that venue and talking shit. But every one of them. So anytime I booked a gig, and he would say, really, that place, I knew he was going to follow suit. But look at our DJ schedules. And not to mention, I did hook him up with some gigs, or helped him along with spare time in Owatonna, because that was when we were still talking, still on a good relationship, and he hadn't started messing up all the other gigs. And he did give me his, referred me for his best friend's wedding. I got a question to ask though. Why does your best friend, or one of your best friends, not want you DJing their wedding? Does that not ring a bell? Strike a chord? Something? Why didn't your really good friend want you not wanting you DJing their wedding? That confuses me. I'm just throwing that out there. So, with that note, I moved on and started booking other gigs, knowing damn well he would follow behind me. Now, one thing I'm pretty good at doing, even if it's a dead night in a venue, I've gotten pretty good at taking some pictures that always inflate and make it look like the place was busy. So Jeremy kind of went for what I was doing, hook, line, and sinker. And in the interim, what he didn't catch on to was I didn't announce my new club dates until after I'd secured them all, and he'd gone hook, line, and sinker to the other gigs. Sorry, I had to. I didn't have a choice in the matter. Because I was tired of getting questions or was not ready to let the potential gig loss come from him. Which, again, I have the messages here. Or Cassandra, who drives with me all the time, was there. And if you look at our gig schedule last summer, Doom followed me around like a lost puppy. Not kidding. Look at our schedules. The only instance that was reversed is when I turned him on to Tavern 129 and Spare Time in Owatonna. I said, this is who you talk to here, this is who you talk to here. And, yeah. So I moved away from him. I've tried to keep moving away from him. But for some reason, and I don't know why I've been singled out necessarily, because don't forget, my friends see your page too, and I can. Go figure. But, yeah, we've seen the shit that's come out. Not cool with it, dude. So again, if you have something to say to me, come say it, Jeremy. Because I'm done with this shit. And if you don't have something to say, keep me out of your mouth. Same goes for your wife. Keep my name off your pages, out of your mouths, and just forget about me. Because I don't know what's up your ass about this continual bullshit with me, but I'm over it. If you want to brawl with me, we can go hop in the ring and we can go have some fun. Want to take a few rounds in a ring? I'm more than good with that. I don't think you want to, but we can do that too. But when we go back to this last year, it's been constant. I mean, if everybody remember, in fact, honestly, thank you for fucking up at one point who I was seeing, because I didn't know how to get out of that one. Thank you. I appreciate that 100%. Because I wasn't sure if I wanted to be with that person anymore or not, and you helped break it up. So I'm grateful for that. But I'm not thankful for the constant bashing. Now, we already know where the fake account came from, and you've been told by more than one person where some of these fake accounts are from. It's somebody else who keeps trolling all of us lacrosse DJs. Okay? Look on Facebook. I'm sure you'll find it. But that's what's up with that shit. If you think it's me here's my computer. I will let you go through the entire thing. Every file, every folder. I will let you look at my web tracking software. Anything you want. Come down, take a look at my gear. If you think any of that shit's mine, you can have my phone. You want to think of any of this shit as mine, look at all 4 of my computers. Look at my phone. Look at my kid's iPad. If you think I'm on some bullshit, homie. But we know the truth to that matter. All right? So, we're going to keep going back now further into last year. So now I thought last June, maybe July, 2 venues in a row had said to me and Cass, yeah, he's a decent DJ. He's got an incredible setup, but we hate when he's here. That was one venue. The next venue was literally doing a walkthrough with a couple, and they had mentioned his name, Jay Remedy. The exact words out of this venue manager was, "You do not want him." Cassandra and I turned and looked at each other and we're just like, holy fuck. She's like, the venue manager was like, pretty much any DJ but him because of his attitude. Not playing, y'all. I am not joking one bit. Again, Cass was there, right next to me. We'll move further on from that. So I asked Kat's best friend and how to tactfully approach Jeremy about what I'd heard or what messages I got. Because at that point, I was actually kind of concerned for somebody who I may have felt a little loyalty to, for one, selling me some DJ gear right when I left Legends. Because I needed to get some uplights and a few odds and ends to make my DJ setup work a little better, just to get me through the end of that season. And that was also, 2017 was this year that I decided if I was going to stay DJing or not. So I asked my kid, I'm like, Mira, Daddy can be a broke-ass motherfucker, and we could be eating ramen for weeks on end, but I'll be home with you. What would you like, Mira? I can go get a real job, and I was actually talking to 2 places in La Crosse, and had my interviews with them and hadn't just pursued them, because Mira said, Daddy, I want to see what it's like when you're a DJ at home with me all the time. So I did it for her. All right, so knowing that, and knowing that their parents also know, and gig money can drop in the winter, I was trying to be like, hey man, out of some loyalty at that point, just pay attention to what you're doing. Think about it. But that didn't work. In fact, I got like bashed online by his wife. Tell me who the fuck it is. Who the fuck would say that? My husband's always, lives by faith, blah, 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 blah. Side note. Does faith teach you to bash people? On Kat's profile, it says something to the effect of, I treat people how I want to be treated. So you want me to bash you? You want people to bash you or talk shit about you? That's what you want? Just checking. Now, I've turned the other cheek for 18 months of this shit. But now I'm not going to anymore. I've tried. Now we go back to that June. And so I get, chewed apart by Kat. Tell me who it is, blah, 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 blah. And my thought was, what, so you can go bash them to me? No, we're not going to play that game. I'm telling you so you can adjust it. Oh, you're just scared of competition. Really? Really? If I'm scared of competition with said person, let's go head to head. For real. Let's go hop into a club and go head to head. And let the crowd decide. For real. If you think that he's better than me or, I'm scared of him. Nah, I ain't. I'm not. I don't care. When it comes to the matter of it, we're two very different DJs. He's more of that EDM twerky shit. Old, by the way, from that crunk era. And me, I definitely look for more of a houseier remix top 40 sound. That's cleaner. Doesn't have big drops. So we're two entirely different DJs. But the fact of the matter was, I got chewed out by them for even bringing it up. From the stickers, the whole 9 yards. And yeah, my stickers are all over town. That's what happens when you give away about 25,000 in 2 years. 2.5 years now. Sorry. And there's new stickers coming soon. Now this might, take away my potential to win this year's Best of Lacrosse. But whatever. At this point, I'm tired of getting bashed. Now, shortly thereafter, Kat and Jeremy blocked me and started to talk a whole world of shit about me because they don't have a big enough pair to say some shit to my face. I've been waiting since last summer for you, the two of you, to say some shit to my face. And wow, I have two unknown viewers here. Logging in with your fake accounts, homeboys? But yeah, so we go back to that point. I got continually bashed, talk shit about the whole 9 yards. Broke up a relationship formula, which I said thank you for. But it kind of backfired at the same time. Some people last year, not going to say which weddings, were talking to them and were so turned off and disgusted by the two of them and how they were talking shit online about me. They actually hopped over to me and thank you, Jared. But a couple weddings that were actually talking to him last summer hopped over to me because of how abusive and crass and the whole 9 yards were, that they were willing to air their shit out over Facebook. And the sad thing is, even while Kat was bashing me, I was still, up until last June, or actually last July, until they blocked me, referring people to her for photography. Because, my honest to God, she is one of the best photographers in this market. And to this day, I'm never going to deny that of her. Because she is by far one of the best in this market. Personally, in likes or dislikes, I like her and Bob Good. When I first moved here, were the two photographers I first met, and those two are some of the best in the market. I just happen to like Bob's, a couple of the things that Bob does a little better. And yeah, he did take my press pictures for free. It was actually for the Vagina Monologues. But yeah, I even said she would, still this day, say she's one of the best photographers in this market. I just refuse to refer her anymore. And the other part of it is, with Jeremy, I refuse to refer him again. And the sad thing about it is, I have gotten some gigs that I couldn't take. That by rights, by all of it, I could have easily referred him to. But I can't, in good conscience, refer him to somebody knowing what the potential of a train wreck it's going to be. Be it attitude, be it terrible mixing, the whole 9 yards. Like somebody had messaged me as a joke this summer and said, yeah, his mixing sounds like a cat scratching on a cat post. I'm not kidding. All the way across the board to other things like, who the fuck does this guy think he is? I tried to say, I was trying to be nice to say shit to him last summer, and it got me nothing but bash for the entire year now. So now I'm going to go on the offensive a little bit. A little. I'm not going to call him names in the fact of saying he's shitty. DJ Dumbass, by the way, was branded to him by another venue. I'm just going to keep it up now. But I'm not going to talk the shit that he was talking about me. Period. I am going to bring up every point that I have today in hopes that, here, Jeremy, I know one of y'all is watching, and I know some of your friends have already seen this and are probably sending the link over to you. Please, if you got something to say, come and say it. Grow a pair. Stop hiding behind the wall of social media and blocking me and talking shit. It's not like I don't see this shit, and it's not like people don't send it over to me. So you ain't hiding or fooling no one but yourself. You want to be a man? Come talk to me. I'll tell you some of this shit. I'm not going to tell you who said what. But I will let you know what some people have said. And what I've done to say, hey, at first I was like, man, maybe you need to give him another chance. Now I'm like, nah, I'll take that. I'll help you. I'll find you a better DJ. Honestly. And all the way down to even what your fellow DJs and peers in this market say about you. Do you have any idea? In fact, I bet you could if you looked at my page from the last few comment threads. If you want to play this game, you know, that you have been playing with me. I've heard things of, one DJ honestly said he is a snake. And this is of the old crew here. The over 40 crew. Not including myself. But one of the established ranking DJs in this town from the wedding scene said that. One said, I wouldn't trust him farther than I can throw him. And you best watch your gigs around him. I got, because people knew we were having this issue, they chimed in to me last year. So again, Jeremy, if you want to talk, come talk to me. Otherwise, shut your mouth. The same goes for you, Kat. If you are the ones who are trolling me or telling your friends to troll me, it needs to stop. Honest to God's truth. Because I sure as fuck ain't got the time to troll either of you. Sorry, I'm working more. I'm working a lot. If I'm not in front of my deck or behind my deck, I'm in front of my laptop working on the DJ Bretley thing. Be it booking, be it promo, be it downloading music. I don't take time off. And here, even Friday, I thought I was going to get a night off. I don't take time off. Glass Hat has been so dead up in Wausau that we said we're going to hold off this weekend. And instead of getting a night in my pajamas on a Friday night, I wound up DJing at the Twisted Moose because the DJ called in sick. I was in my pajamas when the Moose called me and said, hey, you want to come and take our DJ's place tonight? Fuck yeah, why not? I don't take time off. I work 7 days a week. Anytime I don't have Mira and I'm not in a club, I'm on my laptop working on booking, working on promo, prepping things, the whole 9 yards. My driver, Cass, it's been an ongoing struggle for me to take time off this winter because I've had pneumonia twice now. And during both instances of having pneumonia, I didn't stop working. I am sleeping and sweating it out in my car in between gigs, but I'm not taking time off. That's how hard I work. I don't believe in taking a day off. My dad never took a day off until the day he died. My dad worked until 9 p.m., actually 10 o'clock, because yours truly was still recovering from a bender at 22. I'd been at it for a couple days at that point. But my dad worked until 10 o'clock the night before he died. If that's not going to etch something into my brain, nothing will. So, in his eyes, and I know he looks down upon me from the heavens, I have something to live up to. I have to be better than my father was. So no, I worked through it all. I did Faith's birthday party in January. I had a lump the size of a fucking golf ball in my mouth from my gum because the antibiotics didn't work right, and I had to go back. I still DJ'd the party. Win, lose, or draw. When I blew out my ankle, I was DJing a wedding the next fucking day. I don't take time off. There was only one instance where I had a DJ switch with me because I knew he was free this year, and that was at Silverado. I was sicker than a dog. I had gotten up to 103 that day and was scared I was actually going to have to go to the hospital. And Lee Day said, I got you, and came in for me. So no, I don't take time off, and I don't have the time to fuck around and play games. So, and if you don't believe me, come look at my computer history. Again, you can pull up my network terminal and see how much I'm working on my computer. You can look all the way back at my cache. You'll see everything. So if anybody wants to look at this, here it is. This is my main computer. Or you can do the same to my broken Mac over there. Here, let's show you around here. There's my broken Mac, the one I cracked. There's my PC right there. And then downstairs, I have my MacBook Pro. But those are the 4 computers I use, and here's my phone. If anybody doesn't believe any word I say, come on, look at my computer, look at my phone. It'll prove it right there for you. I don't have the time. So, again, I'm calling out DJ Dumbass. You got some shit to say? Come say it. And yeah, if not, move on, go do your own thing, and quit trying to get into my gigs. It ain't gonna happen. The gigs I'm at, you've already been brought up at every one of them, and it wasn't really by me at most. Not lying, dude. Not lying at all. So, if you're gonna talk shit and say, I'm blocking you, no. Or I don't want, quit following me, Jeremy. Quit trying to get into the gigs I'm at. Live up, be a man of your word. Just like when I left Legends and you said, I won't touch your residencies, you don't touch mine. In fact, I had so much respect for you and was being honorable. Remember when I was offered a prom last year and I even asked you about said prom? Is that your prom? Because if it's yours, I ain't going to take it. You said, no, it ain't mine. Well, it turned out I couldn't take the prom, but I wasn't going to take that one. And when I was originally offered some dates at Silverado, Daisy, I even asked you, Jeremy, are you cool with me taking a couple dates there? Because I had some respect for you. I asked. Didn't just go out and take it. Even recently, I asked another DJ because I'm being offered some gigs at another venue that's, I like to call his venue, so to speak, because he's the biggest name at this venue. I even asked him if it was cool if I took a date or two there. Because one, I don't want to step on no one's toes. But two, I have respect for these other DJs. Because honestly, in this market, it's La Crosse, wedding capital of this side of the state. There is enough work for all of us to go around in the wedding scene. Maybe not so much in the club scene. But in the wedding side of it, I'm sorry, there's enough work for every one of us here every weekend. Otherwise, celebrations on the river wouldn't have put a second room in. They need 2 rooms in their venue. That means wedding business is booming here. Maple Grove has, 1, 2, 3 separate rooms, plus the outside for weddings. Sherwood Forest, which is now Monarch Valley up in Blair. The wedding business, so there's plenty of business in this market for all of us independent DJs and the companies to coexist. In fact, it's a beautiful symbiotic relationship if you really consider it. Because some people that I saw, like for example, on one of the Facebook groups, definitively want a cookie cutter DJ from a company. Whereas others don't want any of that cookie cutter crap and want to go with the independent, local, hardworking folks that are here. Not saying the companies aren't hardworking, but a lot of us independent DJs coexist because of those big companies. It's an open market here. So we can work. There's no reason that there's not enough to go around. On the club game and club circuit, I do understand that a little bit. But even on the club circuit and lacrosse and beyond, some of the emails I've gotten and messages I've gotten were just like, wow, no one likes you, homie. But the sad thing is, no one will tell you to your face. And I'm not going to call those people out who are talking shit about you. But if you want to talk to me about the shit you're talking about me, we can. Again. But I've gotten messages from, like, I was asking somebody about a New Year's Eve gig. And I jokingly said, I might have to ask Jeremy. The dude said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. There might be a college kid that might be able to help you out. When your fellow DJs on the strip in the downtown circuit are saying shit like that, as are DJs in other towns, who do you think it actually is? Oh, they're just out to get me? No, because if everyone has the same kind of shit to say about you, it's all consistent across the board, it's definitely not all of the DJs saying shit about you. It's something that needs to be adjusted. And I'd like to know why I've become the focal point of your shit. Honestly. Because, shit, when I first left Legends, I handed you all my notes. On the venues I couldn't get booked at and you tried to, we both couldn't, or if you did and I didn't, so be it. But tell me, name a venue that you didn't follow me behind to and break the agreement you had. Now, again, or break your word that you told me and I said I'd live up to. You didn't. And I have every message in here about that. And that is the sad part about this shit. That over a year of getting constantly bashed and told I'm lying, getting trolled, being called a fag inappropriately by one of the people trolling me. Are those my mom's earrings? Must be a gay club you're DJing at. One, I don't care whether you're straight, gay, whatever, trans, whatever it is in this day and age. Whatever the proper terms are across the board for everybody's sexual orientation, or I don't care what, who, or where you come from. The only thing I give two shits about is how you act as a person. Honest to God's truth. And part of that is I grew up second generation Japanese American here. Post-Vietnam era, right after the U.S. left Vietnam, I still remember getting called a gook in Chicago. Because that's what they call the Vietnamese, and, well, all Asians back then looked alike according to a lot of people. I don't care what you are, who you are. Just act like a human. Act nice. And that's one of the bashings I've gotten. I've gotten people chiming in with all sorts of shit. No, it's not right. And it's all... And yeah, I did ping a couple of the IP addresses from the emails. On Alaska and West Salem? Okay. So tell me, or we can call it your friends like Alan, or Jenny Lloyd something or another, or Ray, or Jordy, or Brian. All of them decided to chime in and start talking shit to me. I had never met any of these people, except for Brian, maybe at Dan's wedding that I DJ'd that Jeremy referred before. The only referral I ever got from him, mind you, that worked out. But yeah, so all these people start chiming in, and it still happens. You've seen the recent ones. I could put Alan's messages up there, or Jenny's, or Brian's, or Jordy's, or Ray's. Since this all went down, are they your fake profiles, or are they just telling your friends to bash me? Or how about this? This is the best one. Why do I have a new male person? You DJ'd a male person's wedding, saw your bashing, and all of a sudden my mail started getting returned. Needless to say, I have a new male person on my block. It's been going on long enough. So I'm going to open this up again. Because after the trolling and bashing last week, Cassandra actually taught me out about going and catching a case Saturday night. So again, Jeremy or Kat, honest to God, if you have something to say to me, come say it. But quit being little bitches, blocking me and then talking shit. It just shows you don't have the pair to be an adult. Once again, I'm going to put that out there. If you have something to say, say it. But now, if I start seeing more flack or crosstalk, I am going to unleash my anger. I'm not going to call it the venues, but you're going to see every fucking message a venue has sent to me. In fact, you know what? Let's read one, just for shits and giggles. Let's read one, just for the hell of it. Or even with the best, here, the best of lacrosse. This was something he posted on my page last year when I was nominated. I gave up on this. This has been rigged since they started. Good luck. I can tell you, Dan and Bags will win. Which was right. But now this year he's all about winning or placing. So here, I'll take a pic. You can see this one. Here you go, folks. This is the one that he was bashing, one of the ones he was talking shit on my page for. It's like, now, we were friends at that point. We were friends at that point. The one thing I would have said to be like, hey man, congrats. Hope you win. Good luck. But instead he bashes that part out. Or another person here is calling, I'm going to block the name. Since people think I'm lying about where he got his nickname, here it is. I'm blocking the sender. Okay? That was sent to me by a venue. Or, let's see here. I mean, these are some of the things that were sent from venues because I had to keep track of them. I was tired of hearing this shit from them. So there's all this crap. Or here's one. Yeah, I hear ya. I was going to tell you, Remedy kind of upset people, some people last week. Because he didn't play any country. Okay? This is what was sent last, about one of his gigs at said venue. Again, I'm not calling out the venues or who sent them. And then supposedly I'm trolling, but we already know who's putting this stuff up. For example, here's one of the troll posts. Okay? And this was made by somebody's account. And this keeps going and going. So, like I said, if he's got something to say, come say the shit. If you want to keep trolling me, once I run the IP tracking shit and get it all done, I'll just, have my fun with it. And, maybe I will have to go to LAXPD. I don't know. Here's a great one. Here's the one where I got told I was wearing gay boy earrings and probably in a fag bar. This is one of the recent trolls, okay? This is what I've been dealing with non-stop for almost a year since last summer, but 18 months of crap back and forth from people about this shit. So, yeah, I'm over it all. And I'm finally saying something about this shit. I really am. Now, if he's got something to say, come say it. If you don't believe me, I have documented proof. Or, Kat, Jeremy, the best you could do, go talk to Cass. In fact, please, I dare you to talk to her. Because she has been around at every point of the driving of my gigs except for downtown La Crosse. Honestly, it's either been her or Marley for the most part. And she's actually been the only one around whenever anybody said shit about you. So come on. Either drop the shit, quit the trolling, or go find out for yourself. For real. Because I'm over it. I am over it. Really. Anyway, I'm going to sign off for now. I got a lot of work to do today, and I've been going off for about 90 minutes now. I'm leaving this live on my profile. I'm leaving this up on my profile pic, public. Jeremy, Kat, come on, chime in. You know you got something to say. Or just keep hiding behind your little social media wall thinking I can't see the shit. Or stop and just grow the fuck up. That work for you, Kitty? Kat, Katura, whatever your name is? That work for you, Jeremy Luck or Jeremy Roberts or whatever profile you're using? If it don't, come step up and let's talk. Otherwise, shut your fucking pie holes and leave me alone. Got it? Cool. Everybody else have a great day. I got work to do.